Greetings metal community, it's Roger back with another collection update. This will be a mixed bag. I do have heavy metal, thrash metal, death thrash, black metal. Yeah, I was planning on doing just a heavy metal video, but yeah, waiting on more stuff to come in, so I just took what I had. In the background we will be playing this awesome release. This is Ruthless, Metal Without Mercy. US band, they reformed back in 2008. This is the EP from 84 and also a demo from 1982. This is a really good release. Both the EP and the demos has great sound. Scruffy voice, pure heavy metal, but scruffy voice do sometimes remind me a little bit of Manowar, but a voice like, but yeah, it's just a very cool release. It is on colored vinyl, but it kind of, you know, hits the cover. Maybe not in my lighting, but yeah, this is the center label on the one side, and then we have Ruthless on this side. Yeah, I've just Duplicate Records had this in, and I just was drawn to the cover art and gave it a listen, and it was an instant buy because this sounded really cool. So a picture of the band. I think this guy here looks a little bit like the guy from Police Academy, the metal guy. But yeah, just fantastic, kind of a little bit of cult heavy metal, great riffs and great songwriting. I would say the demos are have a little bit more of the 70s heavy metal influences, I would say, but yeah, and just look at this cover. Awesome stuff. Wish they had done a poster with it as well. It's out on Diabolic Might Records. So yeah, just a fantastic release. One of my most played these last couple of months. Yeah, I can do kind of the heavy metal and then thrash metal maybe. Yeah, let's do it like that. Should have been organized before I started, but this was one I think I can blame Aaron over at yeah, what's his channel name? I forgot, but you know, Majestic Ryte from US. Yeah, this is just an EP. Again, pure heavy metal, high pitching vocals. Sometimes a little bit too much high pitching, but it's kind of make the whole release a little bit extra cheesy, so it's a fun listen. Yeah, so I think Aaron also said it. It's kind of not a fantastic release, but it's a very cool piece. And as I said, if you like these a little bit cheesy heavy metal with high pitched vocals, you should try this out. This is a 2019 cult metal classic. Reissue or whatever. I don't know what it was made on first, if it was just tape or whatever. This is limited 300, so I don't know how many is out there. I didn't pay much for my copy, but that might change. You never know. But as I said, fun heavy metal release. It is an EP, so you don't get tired. This was one that I saw them, heavy metallurgy with Consortium, Dan from Consortium Org, and Aaron did as well, so I can blame Aaron for this as well. Also Alan has talked about this one. This is a Swedish, of course, when it was during the Swedish episode. Heavy metal. This is a compilation from '87 when they were known as Sanity, and some stuff from '93. It's really good. It's a little bit uneven both in vocal performances. First song here is Ace, that's a killer track, but the second is a little bit down, and then it's go up again. It's also kind of, they don't have it's by year, so I think it would be better if they kind of started with '87 and ended on '93 or reversed, because it's kind of a little bit uneven in quality and a little bit disturbing to listen to all those different. I think there's 3 vocalists on here, so it would be nice to kind of bundle them up. But yeah, solid release. It's nothing fantastic, but it's for me a good palate cleanser to get some, pure heavy metal into the collection. Always nice. Then we can go to Brazil. Picked up the first Vulcano records, Bloody Vengeance. This is High Roller reissue from 24, actually. I've been wanting to picking this up. I'm not a massive fan of Vulcano, but this album is pretty damn good. If you like, early Sarcophago and early Sepultura, I'm sure you have heard of these bands anyways, but there's a lot of cool stuff here as well, as always with High Roller Records. And yeah, it's a big poster of the cover, which is kind of a bit grainy, but yeah, cool center logo there. Really good early, Brazilian thrash. You could say it's slightly more towards the brutal side of thrash, I would say, but especially, I think it was '86. Yeah, '86 this came out. But if you haven't heard Vulcano and like those early other Brazilian bands, go and check out this one. And the next one is totally in the same vein, and I guess it's Brazilian. I really wanted to pick up the first. I think this is the second album by Sextrash. This was released through I Hate Records in Sweden. Originally, let me see if there's any information. I think it was about the same time, maybe a couple of years later. I'm not quite sure. Again, should I check it out? But I Hate logo and some naked female body on the. But yeah, pretty good stuff. Again, this is not as deathy as the other stuff, but still a good release. I think this is the second and the first is better, or it's vice versa. The one that I don't have is the best of them, I think, but still a very good listen. I really enjoy this as well, and it's good to hear some old thrash. One that I've spoke about when I did a video for Metal Marty Max 1000 subs, which was Extorted from New Zealand. This is just a fucking killer album, as I said in that video, but not all of you have seen that video, so I'm gonna promote this again. This is gonna be very high on my list this year. They do play I think I kind of compare them to it's like Death and Pestilence got together and made a more of a thrashy album. It's more thrashy than those bands, but riff-wise it's a lot of similarities to Death and Pestilence, and also vocally maybe more towards later Chuck, and also a little bit Morgoth's what's his name, whatever, my brain doesn't work today clearly, but Extorted from New Zealand with Cognitive Dissonance. Fucking excellent album if you want some technical not over technical, but just technical early 90s death thrash. This is just fantastic. I can't recommend it highly enough. So yeah, the next one is a more of a death album, but they are death thrash. This is from Belgium, Anesthesy, with their second album, The Fifth Season. Came out in 1998. Their first album came out in 94, which is a better one, Exaltations of the Eclipse or something. Don't remember. New vocalist on this because the guitarist vocalist of the first album passed away just a couple of months after the first album was released. This is a little bit more straightforward death thrash, more riffy. Still a very good. This is an OG that I picked up now. I've been looking for this for a long time, but they have always been so overpriced. You know, these have gone for like 120 euros over here, and I found this way cheaper. It has some scratches on the disc, but it plays fine, and I'm very pleased to get it. It doesn't seem like this band will be reissued, which is a shame. Especially the first album by this band is great, and yeah, one of the best Belgian bands from back in the days, or in the 90s, in my opinion. But there wasn't a lot of bands from Belgium that I listen to. But if you haven't heard Anesthesy, go and check it out. Fifth Season. I will link it up below, and definitely go check their first album, because that's a kind of a hidden gem in my opinion. Yeah, next one is a death metal comp, and Anthony over Metal Miner showed this in his last video, I think it was. Of course, the Tetralogy of Death Part 2, and as he said, when I had the Part 1 I needed Part 2, and this awesome fold-out cover, which I think is killer, has this again massive poster, and then you get the kind of band stuff here with lyrics and pictures. I would say that Part 1 is better musically, but Ascendancy is ace, and yeah, Sequestrum is also another killer. What was the short track here? I don't remember the name of the band. I mean, it's not easy to read, but there you go. This was kind of a must-have for me. I just love the packaging, and the music is great as well. It's not as good as the first one, but if you like the first one, you should pick up the other one. And once again, as Anthony said, if you have the first one, you need the second one. Very cool compilation. Then we will go into some blackened metal. I have this on original CD and a picture disc, but Roots Hell Symphony is kind of one of my favorites. Again, I hate records from Sweden that released this one. Just look at that cover. This came out, yeah, I should remember that, 90 or something. 91. It was recorded 91, maybe it was released 92, I don't quite remember. I picked it up on CD when it got released, and I've been digging. I'm a big fan of Roots, they are weird, and this album is definitely a weird one, but yeah, just digging the band, and wanted it on proper vinyl as well. As picture discs doesn't sound as good as proper vinyl, but yeah, the picture disc looks very good. I mean, it looks like this. So yeah, legendary band. I'm sure most of you have heard it. It's kind of more of a occult black metal band, and yeah, have a lot of weird stuff going on. Yeah, we can take the new Djevel. This is their third in their kind of homage to the night, not till Ende, or night, the end of night, or something like that. Yeah, lyrically it's all about kind of the dark days. Yeah, it's just another fantastic album by them. I would say that the last track is a little bit too long for my taste. It's 14 minutes, but yeah, I mean, this is pure quality. It will be pretty high on my black metal list, not on the top, but yeah, just another one of these newer, old school sounding Norwegian black metal bands, and this is one of the best. And I'm sure a lot of you already know about Djevel, and it will be released on vinyl, but that's coming out 15th of January. The vinyl is ready. So yeah, I just wanted to get the CD to Unpatient, because had high expectation, and I really do deliver. I still feel that the previous one was slightly better, but I think that has to do with the last song. Then the last one is a band that Mattock's Deep Shadows turned me on. This is Illvilje with Der Nordavinden Danser, or Where the North Wind Dances. Primitive Norwegian sounding black metal once again. Very cool. This is out on Amor Fati, so it's not totally underground. I bought it from a Norwegian label that did the demo. Pretty funny picture there, and the logo on side A. Yeah, this is, as I said when I talked about the demo, I kind of wish they cleared up the sound a little bit, and they did on this vinyl. Could still do a little bit more cleaner, because there is a lot of cool kind of, melody lines going on here. And sometimes they drown. There's a little bit like of that old synth going on as well, but it's kind of buried back. So, yeah, old school, kind of folky-ish, like slightly folky-ish elements to their music. And yeah, I think a lot of you will like this one. Great vocals, great songwriting, great kind of compositions, I would say. And yeah, I do like the cover, even though it kind of doesn't reflect the north wind, but it's a very cool cover regardless. But yeah, that's Illvilje, or Ill Will, which would be the right one on English. But yeah, another quality Norwegian release. Don't know if this will manage to get into my list, because it's relatively new, so still need a couple of spins. But yeah, it really sounds good, the first 4 or 5 spins. So I'm looking forward to yeah, it's a little bit over, I have 1.5 weeks to decide if this is good enough. So yeah, that was what I had for this video, closing in 20 minutes. As I said, there's more stuff coming in, so there will be another update next week as well. And then of course Christmas Eve will be my black metal list. I'm pretty much done, but I don't know if there will be 15 or 20. I do have a couple of albums coming in, and if they arrive soon enough, I will do a top 20 on the black metal, because there was actually a lot of great releases this year as well. So yeah, once again, go and check out this bad boy. Killer music. Hope I didn't play too loud in the background. Until next time, be sure.